Hey folks, Vortex here and welcome to my review of the Final VR500s. Now as a sneak peek, I also have the 2000 and 3000 models as well, the VR variants. And yet as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank a company on behalf of Final for sending these out to me, so thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video, nor thoughts, opinions are my own, so yeah. Don't really have much experience with this company, and I don't know what the tuning's like, especially their VR variants. And yeah, let's just get into it. So let's see what you get. So obviously these are this kind of design. A lot of people do like that. I typically prefer an obviously an IEM design just for comfort, and then you can have the wire around your ear. Anyway, so VR500. Again, I have no idea what these are like. I know they've got different variants. Matte grey. So specs. Obviously a bit of information there if you want to read it. 18 decibels, 98 decibels sensitivity, so that's actually quite low. 18 ohm impedance, weight 15 grams, 1.2 meter cable with a microphone and one control button. Should come with tips. Serial number there if you probably get scanned, and I think that's it. So let's see if I can get this open. If not, I might have to do a bit of editing. Oh, no, comes out. So I'm not quite sure the actual price of these at the moment, but I presume this being the 500, it will probably be more in like a lower kind of price. There we go. Yeah, so no paperwork, so obviously a load of tips. Obviously I'll unravel this in a bit. So obviously 4-pole, there they are at the top. I guess it comes in mediums. So yeah, it's a bit basic, but it's all there. So yeah, I've not got a clue what these are like. And yeah, I'm going to spend a bunch of time with them. And yeah, I'll see you in the next clip. I have no idea when, but I'll see you guys and gals in the future. So welcome to the review section, the Final VR500s, as you can see there, but we get to in a bit. So tips, it comes obviously with Final's tips. Now I don't like how the colours don't match. So for example, these two reds, they are different sizes. You have to match across, which is not what I prefer, but it is what it is with this set. Apart from that though, they are good tips, and that's basically them. You don't get no case or anything. So cable attached, obviously. So right angle 3.5, 4-pole obviously because it's got a mic. A little bit rubbery, but it's not too bad. It seems well built enough. There's a chin slide if that matters to you. Now, there's no left or right markers on the units. If you focuses, so there's no left or right. So you have to make sure the microphone side, this here, that's the right unit. So just bear that in mind. Microphone quality is actually okay, and the button does play and pause and stuff like that, not volume control. So let's talk about pound sensitivity. Now I found this set harder to drive than expected. I presume because it's got like some sort of micro driver DDs, my guess, and they're typically a bit harder to push. But apart from that, no issues at all really. Also, price of these sets, I think they're very affordable, to around £20 to £30. So very cheap. Obviously I'll talk about my thoughts about the value for money towards the end of the video. Sound wise, timbre on this set is not bad at all. Again, it's fairly natural, but to be honest, it is pretty natural. Again, unlike balanced armatures and stuff like that. Technicalities and like the micro details, I think it's actually pretty good. Again, for the price, I can't really fault it for stuff like that. Now, for obviously the VR, for more like gaming. Now, to be honest, I don't have a VR headset, which is a shame. So I only could try this with conventional gaming, and I tried with two games, RoboCop and Crisis 3 Remastered, which the PC versions. Now, I found that like spatially, they seem to work quite well, and distance-wise. Now, the real test, if it was a competitive first-person shooter, would probably be more of a help for best direction, you know, for where the sound's coming from. But for gaming, it actually seems fine. But obviously, I more listen to music than gaming. But from my brief testing game, it actually seems fine. Now, sound. So I'll put the graph on now so you can have a look. These don't graph like anything I expected. Just show that out of the way. So Yeah, that's a really weird graph, is to say the least. So bass in this set, it has a little bit more mid bass than it looks like on the graph. On there it looks completely flat, with sub bass roll off. When you hear them, there actually is some bass, so it's a little bit deceiving. Shame about the sub bass roll off, but obviously they probably do that. So if you speak, it takes out the tone of your voice, like the bass part of your voice. So it's kind of an EQ kind of they're kind of cheating. It's like if you use these for monitoring, it knocks the bass out. Apart from that, mid range, you can see it's basically flat. A little bit of imbalance, but for final product, that's actually pretty good. Vocals on this set sound okay actually. That you'd expect it to just sound incredibly boring or something, but it doesn't. Don't forget, it doesn't drop off. There's no recess parts. It's just not boosted. So female vocals on this set are actually fine. They're just not really that forward in the mix. For some folks, they might be a bit behind what they want because they've got stuff to be like boosted all the time. But it just depends what you listen to. Again, for male vocals, it just sounds really safe is probably the best way to describe it. Yeah, some mid-range is super safe, and obviously the basses. Now treble, I think it's because they've actually got quite good extension, and there's a bit of a small elevation. You can see like 6 to 8k. There's no sibilance or nothing on this set, and I think that slight elevation there helps it sound bigger maybe. But weird graph, but they sound better than it looks is probably the best way to describe it. Yeah, odd set, instrument separation, instrument details sound the same fine. They just don't have that boost, which we are commonly kind of used to. Super safe tuning, in my opinion. Yeah, not much to say really. So what do I think of these? Not a bad set, to be honest. I think for the £25-30 or something like that, they are quite good value for money, and mine are a pretty good match set on the graphs. Again, when I use them side by side, they sound the same to me. Obviously, I graph after I've listened to them. But yeah, for gaming, it seems fine. For music, it seems fine. It seems very, they're very safe tuning. So anybody who, they don't sound dark because they don't have the bass, but they don't sound bright because they don't have the treble. It just sounds really, I'd say natural, but I'd say it's overly safe is a way of describing it. Again, I do have the 2000 and 3000 VR models. I don't know what they're like yet. Excuse me. I guess I'm tuned obviously a bit different to this. But yeah, I do recommend them. Well, my set seems pretty good. A set for somebody who likes a safe tuning basically. There's nothing offensive about these sound, and for some casual gaming I tried, they sound fine. And that's pretty much it. Personally, I don't like bullet IMs because if that's in your ear and if it catches your jacket, it's just going to do that. I prefer an IEM when it goes around your ear. That's my preference, but they're not a bad set for the money. I like them. Again, if you like bullet IMs, but bullet style earphones. Again, most folks probably want more bass and more upper range, upper mid range, and obviously more of a treble. Not too much, but they're a super safe option. That's not expensive. I think that's pretty much it. So if you think I missed anything, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Take care. And yeah, I am a little bit sick, but I'm not too bad. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.